The Sources Solved series. In this video, we will give you quick tips on how to take the lead. As a leader of your organization, you have taken on the responsibility of your organization's success. With some vision, organization, and hard work, you can take your organization to new heights. One of the many things you will have to do as a leader is speak in front of others. The idea of speaking in front of a large group of people can be uncomfortable for some, but with a bit of preparation, it can become second nature. When beginning your speech, you can start off with a question, relevant story, or humor. During your speech, pay attention to nonverbal cues such as smiling, eye contact, posture, and hand placement. Additionally, having note cards can be of help. Also, know your space. Before a big presentation, stake out the space where you will be delivering the actual presentation and test audio-visual equipment at least 2 hours before the presentation. In more formal, small, or large group settings, try moving around the stage during your presentation to make it more dynamic. In your actual speech, pay attention to language used. Avoid obscene language, putting down others, and using too many obscure acronyms. When concluding your speech, it is always helpful to have a brief summary of key points. This will make the content of your speech more memorable. In one-on-one situations, your personal presentation is important. A good first impression starts with a firm handshake. Even though you might be nervous when meeting someone important, remember to breathe, make eye contact, and speak at an even pace. By doing so, you will appear more confident. As always, preparation is helpful, so have a brief introduction prepared. Some things to include are the basics, such as your name and your major. Ask plenty of questions. Open-ended questions are better than yes or no questions. By asking questions, it shows that you are interested. Once your conversation comes to a natural end, be sure to conclude in a way they will remember. Also, don't forget to share phone numbers and email addresses. The secret to effective leadership is knowing when you lead and when to follow. In small groups, everyone should be able to have some input. You should not be the main attraction. Leaders should facilitate conflict resolution. That means giving suggestions rather than doing it for them. As a leader, you will be the role model for group participation, so be enthusiastic. Finally, it is your responsibility as a leader to facilitate greater understanding and increase everyone's awareness. You can display your leadership skills by directing people around campus. If you come across someone who looks lost, offer your help. Lead by being open and sharing something about yourself. This can encourage others to contribute something about themselves. Take charge when people begin to get unruly and disrespectful to get things back on track. Lastly, it is your job to encourage others to shine. You can direct the spotlight on others and praise them for doing well. Leaders aren't perfect. When you make mistakes, being able to handle it appropriately is crucial. One way to avoid being caught with your foot in your mouth is to not act like you know everything. Be upfront when you are unsure and let them know that you will get back to them. Do not give them an answer that may or may not be right just to appear like you know what you're doing. When you make a mistake, admit it without any excuses. People will respect you for the character you display by doing so. Admitting when you're wrong shows other people your willingness to hold yourself to certain standards. Next, apologize for any harm your mistake may have caused. If you inadvertently offended someone or did them harm somehow through your mistake, be very upfront and apologize. You can't take away what you did, yet your genuine remorse and desire to mend fences can make a big difference to many people. Never pass the blame. Control your gut reaction to point fingers, and you will feel better about it in the long run. People are very perceptive to this kind of thing. They'll likely be able to sense when you're trying to build yourself up at the expense of others. Most importantly of all, stay open to the lessons mistakes contain, as well as the constructive criticism. Do not take things personally and think of ways you can improve. Do not let mistakes ruin all the positive things you do. By embracing your mistakes and using them as learning opportunities, you will become a better leader. That concludes our lesson on taking the lead. We hope you have gained some ideas that will help you as a leader of your organization. If you have any questions, please feel free to call the source at 330-972-2483, email us at source@uakron.edu, or just stop by.